welcome to today's video. Today I wanted to talk about 1 year of ownership on the Supercub. So we're just a few weeks short of a year and 7,000 miles. So I wanted to chat about costs, running costs, what's gone wrong, what's gone right. Do I still love the Supercub? So I think you probably know the answer to that one. So I'm going to go down to my favourite little spot, Shellness Beach, and we'll park up and have a little chat where it's quiet and you've got no wind noise. So if you're a regular to the channel, you'll know exactly where I am now. The cub's going to get a bit dirty, but then it was filthy anyway. So we're not going to get any beauty shots today. But the cub is beautiful, whether it's dirty or not. Yeah, so as you know, this is one of my favourite places. So peaceful down here. And the tide's in, so it looks a lot better. Yeah, what a spot. Perfect for a little review video. So welcome to Shellness Beach and the 1 year owner's review on the Supercub. As I said before, I've owned it nearly a year, just a few weeks short, and we've done about 7,000 miles. So I want to chat about what's gone wrong, how much it's cost, most importantly, do I still love it? It's filthy. I think that's a sign that I ride it, don't you? I ride it all year round, doesn't matter what the conditions are. Finish wise, it's held up really well. There's not a speck of rust on it or corrosion. That cleans up mint. The engine, absolutely sweet as a nut. Quiet as a church mouse. And it's had some abuse. If you follow my channel, you'll know that. I don't pussyfoot around with it. So as you can see, I've accessorised it. Or you might notice I've taken my big screen off. That's because the brackets were going rusty. So I've just took it off to do those, refinish the brackets, and it will go back on. Got the Japanese rack and side panniers, a C125 centre rack that I modified, little tank bag, the generic throttle stop / cruise control, My favourite top box. It's not quite big enough for a crash helmet, but it gets all my, you know, bits and pieces in there, my tools and that. Hello, what's this? Just looked in my top box. Somebody's put a Boise's bakery bag in here. There's only a Boise's pasty. Well, we better get that eaten before we go any further. So first we'll talk about what the Cubs cost me over the year. Purchase price was 3,800 ish. Can't remember exactly. 3,839, something like that. A lot of money for a 125. But it is a nice quality piece, isn't it? I didn't mind paying that. Tax and insurance, as you know, it's cheap enough, isn't it? No MOT for 3 years. Wear and tear. The only things I've changed, obviously oil every 1,000 miles, an oil filter, you know. In fact, that was it, I think. That's the only service items. Spark plug hasn't needed replacing. The tyres, the rear tyre wore out. I changed it about 5,000 miles. It might have done 6,000, but you'd be pushing your luck. So between 5,000 and 6,000 miles on a rear tyre. Front one lasts double that, easy. So I've put a new set of Michelin's on it. Lovely tyres, highly recommended. Michelin City Extras, good tyres. What else have I done? Oh, I had to change the battery. That last cold snap killed it. And I think I had my sat nav on as well. The sat nav was draining the power where it sat. The bike sat for probably 2 weeks without being used, being constantly drained, you know, and it just killed it. Combination of the below freezing temperatures and just a little drain on it. Yeah, that ruined the battery. Otherwise, it probably would have been okay. So that's user error. That's not really the bike's fault. I've now changed the wiring to a switched live for the sat-nav. So obviously the running costs are pretty minuscule. Fuel consumption is averaging 160 miles to the gallon. That's UK gallons. Super frugal. Hey, can't complain at that. So do I still love it? Are there any things I hate about it? Well, I do still love the Supercub. I still maintain it's one of the best bikes I've ever owned. And I've owned a few bikes. I've certainly owned over 150 bikes in my time. And yeah, it's got to be one of the bikes that I just enjoy riding so much. Thing is, I can't even put my finger on exactly why. Why is it so good? Why do I like it so much? I don't really know. Can't explain it. There's just something about the size and the fit. It's as smooth as silk. It's a little Rolls Royce. Personally, I find it as comfortable as anything. The riding position suits. It handles like a little race bike. Super economy. What's not to like, really? Would be nice to have a bit more power, but if you had more power, it would detract from another part of the bike. You know, that if you had more power, the handling and suspension and brakes wouldn't be able to cope. So it's just hit that little sweet spot, hasn't it? Yeah, it's a Goldilocks bike. That pasty was all right as well. Cheers for whoever put that in my top box. Standard 7 out of 10 pasty from Boise's. Nice Starbucks coffee. 7 out of 10 again. So I don't think there's much else I can tell you. I still love the Supercub. Absolutely brilliant. Going to do some touring on it this year. Yeah, some more camping trips. So if you've got any questions about the Supercub, stick it in the comments. The chances are I'll be able to answer it. I've owned, obviously owned this one for a year. I owned the previous generation Supercub for 4 years. Yeah, done loads of miles, loads of work on them. I know them pretty much inside out. So, yeah, if you've got any questions, give us a shout. So on that note, I think I'll say cheerio. Catch you on the next one.